blurry, like it's far away. Anyway, after that, I mostly just saw the ground because the big guy flung us over his shoulder and went inside. Hunter kept pretending he was still knocked out. I guess he was worried that if they knew he was awake, they'd give him more of the drug and he wouldn't have any chance of escaping. Not that he ever had a chance anyway. Hugh, did you see much of the building or the area around it? A. Enough to know it was the same area where they brought Nikki last week. Same fence, but one section of it was down. One of them had a big flashlight, and once we were inside, I could see crap all over the floors. Food wrappers and beer bottles, even a hole in the floor in one room. They went upstairs, and just before they propped us up against the wall next to the other kids, the flashlight reflected off these big chunks of white. What do they call this stuff you make sinks and toilets out of? Hugh, porcelain? A. Yeah. There was an open pipe right next to them, so I think it was a bathroom. I could see the walls, but only a little since Hunter was squinting so they wouldn't notice he was awake. But I'm sure about the drawings. Paintings, I guess, on the walls. A couple of dogs, and this one that looked like a rabbit. The walls were crumbling in places, but the drawings were like something from Peter Rabbit or whatever. So I guess kids lived there at some point. And now kids died there too. There was a shot, and then another and another. Not loud, just a fwep sound, kind of like when you pull a cork. Hunter opened his eyes when the shots began, and he started screaming. Woman's voice. It's okay, baby. I'm here. A. After Hunter screamed, the man who was bragging about his sex life before starts cursing and saying the kids were all supposed to be asleep, that he didn't sign on for this. So the third person, the woman, shoves the guy out of the way. She points the gun straight at Hunter's face. I only saw her briefly, but she didn't look angry like I expected. More sad, really. She said, I'll make it quick for you. Hunter squeezed his eyes tight, and I heard another fwap noise. And after that, I didn't see or hear anything else. Chapter 1. Somewhere in Ohio, October 31st, 2019, 5:20 p.m. I wake to music, barely audible over the hum of the road. At first, I think I'm still in the truck with Porter, but it's Aaron's hands tapping on the edges of the steering wheel this time as he sings along with Arctic Monkeys about Arabella and her interstellar gator-skin boots. I'm sorry, I say, my words punctuated by a yawn. I was supposed to be keeping you company. Aaron smiles but doesn't take his eyes off the road. Your job was to keep me awake, and you did. You were snoring right in time with the music. I give his leg a half-hearted swat. I do not snore. He catches my arm and squeezes it briefly, then his hands go right back to the wheel. Even though he's been towing the RV for the past 2 days, it still makes him nervous. But then, we're all a bit nervous. My eyes automatically stray to the rearview mirror, although I don't really expect to spot anyone tailing us. Aaron scanned the RV for tracking devices before we left Baltimore, and I don't see how anyone could possibly have followed our winding, purposeless path over the past few days. Our orders were simple. Get out of the area, keep to back roads, await further instructions. Which is exactly what we've done. Yesterday was rural Indiana. Today we watched rural Ohio flicker past the RV's windows like a perpetual video feed from the Farm Channel, and it will probably be rural Tennessee or whatever tomorrow, since no one has gotten back to us with the promised further instructions. How long was I asleep? 15 minutes, maybe? We're in the outer suburbs of Columbus. The view outside doesn't really fit my definition of suburbs. In the D.C. area, builders routinely squeeze 3-story starter castles onto lots not much bigger than this RV. What I'm seeing here are mostly modest-sized houses, even a few mobile homes, surrounded by large swaths of land. This stray thought is all it takes to stir Daniel from his corner in my head. Land's cheaper